Okay, hi Scorpio, happy Halloween. Welcome to your reading. And happy birthday to any Scorpios that have their birthday this week. I have some exciting news. I started a Fiverr account, so you guys, for those of you who are interested in receiving a personal reading, now you can. All the links will be in the description box. And the deck that I'm using this week is called the Deviant Moon Tarot. And it's by Patrick Valenza. All right, you guys. So right off the top, I'm seeing the Hanged Man. And I think that for a lot of you, you've sort of been struggling with seeing things a different way. I think that, Scorpio is a fixed sign, so you guys have the tendency to be stubborn and sometimes a little bit too set in your ways. But I think that now the issue is that your way maybe necessarily didn't work, or maybe necessarily wasn't the best, and now you're sort of in this Two of Swords energy right now, to where you're at a stalemate and you're trying to come up with a different kind of solution. And I think that the Hanged Man right now is all about you trying to see things in a different light. How can I approach the situation in a different way that will achieve success? And I don't necessarily see that you're not going to achieve success. In fact, it's quite the opposite. You definitely are going to achieve success, and you're going to have plenty of reason to celebrate, and you're going to be super happy with the Sun card, because the Sun card is the most positive card in the tarot deck. So what I'm thinking here is that the issue is not necessarily the destination so much as it is the journey. I think that you guys are, maybe what it is that you have everything set up already and your path is already cleared for you, but you're sort of making imaginary obstacles. I'm picturing like a happy sort of stroll down the park, and suddenly you don't want to go this way because what if there's a puddle or something? And obviously I'm hyperbolizing, but it's like, I think that you guys are being a little bit more low vibrational, in the sense that you might be a little bit suspicious or paranoid about people around you, especially this Nine of Swords. A lot of 9 energy with this 9 of Swords and the 9 of Wands and the 9 of Cups. So I'm, even though I'm not seeing anything like the Fool or the World or anything, I'm getting a lot of conclusion right now, because 9 always goes to 10, and 10 is a conclusion, and then it cycles back and is a new beginning, right? So the fact that you have 3 9s tells me, well, for one, you might be seeing a lot of synchronicities. For a lot of you guys, you might be seeing 999 somewhere. Maybe you like go to the store and you turn around and there's like a sweater or something and it's $9.99, or maybe you turn around and there's something else and it's $19.99, something like that. Maybe some of you were born in 1999, but there's a lot of synchronicities with the number 9, and I think that whatever it is that you're sort of looking for right now, you've really got it sort of on lock. I'm almost thinking like one of those multitasking games where you have to like make sure that this, that, and the other are like all cooking at the same speed, and make sure that by the time something's ready, the other two things are ready. And I feel like that's sort of what you've been doing on a mental, emotional, and passional front. Just because like that's what each of these suits sort of represents: the Nine of Cups, the Nine of Wands, and the Nine of Swords. I feel like a lot of you are trying to balance your head and heart with the Nine of Cups and Nine of Swords, as well as the Nine of Wands, in that you're trying to be still passionate about what you care about. And I think that's really admirable. I see a lot of good things here, because the negative cards, like the Nine of Swords or like the Two of Swords, in the sense that, you know, you haven't quite reached a conclusion or a solution or something, I think that you guys are coming out of that, definitely. For some of you guys, you might have to be redoing things. Right before this, I actually tried, I had another attempt at the Scorpio reading, but, you know, something went wrong and I had to scrap it. And in that reading, I got the Six of Swords. So I'm under the impression that a lot of you guys are sort of trying something and then having it not quite work out the way you want, and then you try it again with a sort of new lens. Maybe like you're talking to someone and you get a fresh pair of eyes, and then all of a sudden it's like a lot better. Because that's sort of what I got here in these readings. Like last time it was a lot more negative, and now that I've sort of done another take at it, the energy is different, and I feel like that could apply to you guys a lot. It's like with this with this the Lovers card, I feel like you guys on a romantic front, a lot of you might be wanting to be intimate in sort of a relationship setting, and I think that you're really going to start to get that this week. Some of you might be going to like a Halloween party, and you might like meet somebody or something like meeting a friend, and they're like, oh, I have this friend who you might really like. Or like you go there and then the host's like brother or something or sister is like really cute, and then you start talking and then you hit it off or something. I'm really getting that the sky's the limit, especially with the Seven of Cups, because whatever that you can sort of fantasize or think or dream of is what you're going to get. Because, you know, the person in the Seven of Cups is looking at cups, and from that he's extrapolating this whole new sort of figure in the painting that he's drawing. And I feel like that's a lot how you feel with this Lovers, is that you're sort of looking at a situation and you're like, how can I turn lead into gold, kind of a thing. You're really sort of alchemizing to get to this sun situation. And with the Hermit card, normally I see that as like going within, but I think that this week you're just feeling really intuitive. And moreover than that, what it might be is that you guys are dealing with somebody who is a lot more introverted than you, and a lot, I'm getting that for some of you, this person might be a lot more oblivious than you. And with this Page of Cups, you're sort of coming forth and making the first offering. And it's really interesting because you have the Page of Cups looking opposite from the Queen of Swords. And I believe that Leo actually got the same combination of cards and the same sort of placements. So you guys could be dealing with a Leo, or maybe you could be in the situation with the Leo, something like that. But with this Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment, like you're definitely going to see victory. And it's interesting to me because with this Nine of Wands in reverse, you're sort of, I feel like you guys are a little lost. I feel because the Nine of Wands is the wounded warrior, the person who has healed themselves and they're going back into battle. But I feel like you don't really know what direction to take right now. But make a wish. With the Seven of Cups, Lovers, Sun, and Nine of Cups, whatever you do is going to bring you victory, especially in love, total wish fulfillment in love. So take a stab in the dark. You know, maybe with this like Queen of Swords, it's like throwing darts in the dark kind of a thing. But whatever you do, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to start something because you don't know what the outcome is. But that was your reading for this week, Scorpio. And if you're interested, I'd love for you to subscribe and tune in next week, be on Mondays, because that's when I upload my readings. And if you enjoyed this particular reading, please consider leaving a like or a comment. It really helps out the channel. And personally, I really like to see if it resonates with you or not. And other than that, I'd love to see you guys next Monday for your next reading.